of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through eyes covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Take my eyes open to force reality. Why can't you just let me?
Hey everybody, welcome in, welcome in. Sorry about the delay there, but we're here now. We're here now. That's all that matters. Welcome in. It's good to see you guys. I was waiting on my co-host to come, you know. We've got Mia over here. Mia. Okay, she's there. She's looking alive tonight. You can see her, sort of. You can kind of see her. Then we've got Araya here. On my other side, she is not looking at the camera. She does not care about this live, she says. She is in her own world. But welcome in, everybody, or welcome back to the channel. Come on in, grab your drinks, grab your snacks, get comfy. Tonight, we're going to be chatting about the upcoming trial for Brian Walshe. We're going to be talking just like we're friends here, because we are. That's what we are. So nothing too serious, nothing too crazy, but this is going to be a case that's actually going to court tomorrow. So it starts tomorrow, and we are here for it. If you want me to stream this trial, let me know. I have a community post up right now. I'm trying to get over 100 votes. More of yes than no, and then we'll go ahead and we'll do it. I have no problem. I'm thinking in my head right now how I'm going to do it tomorrow because I have a doctor's appointment at 10:10. So right after the court starts. But I have an idea in my head. So if you guys want me to stream the trial, I'm able to do it. So welcome in. Welcome in, Ladybug, Tempest. I can't see the people in the other chat, but welcome in over there as well. It's good to see everybody. Hey, Tony. It's good to see you. Hey, baby girl. Hola. Hey, Simply Felicity. Well, welcome in, everybody. It's good to see you guys. It's good to see people in the chat. Good to see people just here watching. But yeah, like I said, if we get a good amount of people that come in tonight or, you know, that go to the community post and, you know, they do the poll, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I can even maybe do a poll tonight. Ladybug says she loves you guys. No, she must be in a mood. She must not have got her way. I'm just kidding. I don't know why she's laying like that. She's not even looking at me. Hey, Raya. Hey, Riley. She's cool. She's been hanging around Vincent today because he's been, you know, stuck in the bed because of his back. So poor guy. Poor guy. Okay. Where did we want to start? I have no idea. I have all this stuff up and I have no idea. Okay. Let me actually put up a picture of them. That way, you might, like, it might jog people's memories a little bit more. Look, this must have been happier days. I think this is actually the night, might have been the night of the New Year's party. So let me pull this up real quick and then we will get right into it. If you guys don't mind, will you take a second, hit the like button for me? It does help send the channel into the algorithm. More people will see the video and it really helps your girl out. Also, I am going to put the link in the chat over here in this chat for the membership. If you're watching on the other stream and you want to become a member throughout the live, you can just do so by clicking. There's like a little $ at the bottom and it should take you to memberships. If not, if you go to my main channel page, it's right on there for you. Also, I do have a Patreon. We upload over there documentaries, such that stuff we can't like really, you know, put over here. So if that's something you're into also, make sure you check out the Patreon. So let me go ahead and pin this up here. and we'll get started. Also, today is the last day for the Black Friday sale for my store, Poppy and Ari. It's a woman's boutique that goes from sizes 0 to 3X, some 4X. And we have candles, home decor, all the kinds of stuff. So if that's something you're into, make sure I got the Black Friday thing going at the bottom. So 40% off the whole store. Very good deal. Very, very, very good deal. And today's the last day for it. Hey, Groovy Nikki. Yeah, come on over if you want, over from the vertical. Okay. So tomorrow, like I said, is going to be the opening statements for Brian Walshe's trial. But this case has been dragging on for almost 2 years now. The trial's finally here. You know, it's on the horizon. And honestly, the amount of evidence they're planning to bring in, we're talking stacks upon stacks. Prosecutions come prepared. They're coming prepared. Just to make sure we're like all on the same page here. Anna Walshe was last seen early on New Year's Day, 2023. She had a plane ticket to go to work. And Brian's story from day one was that she left early, like around 6 a.m. to catch a flight. That she took an Uber or a Lyft, out of the house. But here's the thing. We have no surveillance of that happening. We have no surveillance of her leaving. None. No Uber, no drive out, nothing. Then you have the major issues in Brian's timeline that he has going. He claimed he only left the house to get ice cream for the kids, but multiple surveillance shows him going to multiple locations and dumping bags of trash. He stopped at least 3 different dumpsters across 2 towns. He went to Home Depot and spent around $450 on cleaning supplies, tarps, mops, buckets, tapes, you name it, drop cloths, basically a murder cleanup starter kit. Like he had it. He thought he did anyway. And he was on house arrest for a federal art fraud case, which we'll get into tonight. So he wasn't even supposed to leave the house, but for specific reasons. They usually give you like driving privileges to like work. If you go to school, and maybe if you have kids that are in school and you take them to school, they'll give you like privileges for that. But it'll be between a certain time that you can be out and then you have to be back in, right? That's all because of the GPS monitoring ankle monitor that he had on him. So this man had an ankle monitor that ironically tracks your every movement. Well, just go ahead and give that right to prosecutors, investigators. So I don't know if you guys remember, but remember the Google searches? We've talked about those. But let's go deeper because these are going to be a central part of the trial. And I wanted to go over some of the Google searches with you. He did these Google searches. He conducted these on his child's iPad. Like, I think he thought they wouldn't check his kids' stuff, maybe. I mean, you have no other reason. There's no other reason to do that, right? Hey, Lenora, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Hey, Reba, welcome in, everybody. I was on another page, so I didn't see you guys coming in. But he did Google things like how long before a body starts to smell, how to dispose of a 115-pound woman. Can you be charged with murder without a body? How long does DNA last? Best way to clean blood? And all of these searches happen within hours of when Anna was last seen alive. These are the kind of searches you can't explain them away with, oh, I was doing research, because I'm not with that timing, right? Not with the timing that happened. Like someone takes my computer, I could be like, hey, I have these, Google searches on my computer because I do research for true crime, coverage. That would be one thing, but he did it right after his wife went missing. So investigators, they did find blood in the basement of the Walshe home and a knife with broken pieces and blood on it. They also recovered a second knife from the house. So they have some weapons, but the huge find was at the trash transfer station. And I don't know if you guys saw that picture before, but it's out there a lot when they talk about Anna's case. And it's like the huge trash. It looks like where they take the trash to be like, it looks like a landfill, but it's like under like an awning. It's very weird. But inside several bags, investigators found pieces of a rug, slippers containing Anna's DNA, a Tyvek suit, towels with blood on them, part of a necklace that Anna was known to wear. So we're talking direct forensics right there. They got Brian on camera, buying cleaning supplies, traveling to dumpsters, taking large trash bags out of the house, and the GPS data that they're going to get from the ankle monitor is going to line up with his movements, right? With what they have on surveillance camera, they're going to be able to tie it with that ankle monitor that he's wearing. So I did write a few things down that I thought that the prosecution may plan to do and what maybe the defense may argue, and then we'll get into more of what's going to happen with trial. So basically, this is what I think. So from what we know so far, the prosecution is going to build a timeline down to the minute. That's usually what they do in a lot of the cases, that we cover. They build a timeline. They're going to say that Anna never left the house, that Brian killed her, cleaned up, and disposed of evidence across multiple dumpsters in multiple towns. That's what they're going to say. Then he tried to mislead police with a completely fabricated timeline. They'll also bring in the crime lab experts, CSI experts, forensic anthropologist, digital analyst, Anna's coworkers, Anna's coworkers, friends who noticed tensions in the marriage. They're going to bring in a lot of those people. The person who reported Anna missing, like her employer, they're going to bring that person in because it wasn't Brian that said she was missing. It was her employer. So that's a big one. Yeah, not clearing the browser history. On his kid's computer. Let me see, actually. That's a good question. It's going to be a lot of people that if you watch the Karen Reed trial, this is going to be a lot of people, like a lot of repeat people. I would say he has a decent one. Let me see. Wait, here we go. Okay, I don't know. It's a former lawyer. I'll get that. I'll get the question answered for you by the end of the live. Let me see. Like it's not just like kind of popping up. Okay. Kelly, it just says is introduced by his attorney Kelly. A Massachusetts man on yeah, that's him. Okay. It says private attorney Tracy Minor. We'll look at that here in a minute. Hey, Kitsy Cats. Hey, Tracy. Welcome in, everyone. Thank you guys for being here. Hey, Kathy. If you guys don't mind, just take a second and hit the like button for me. It's getting a little warm in here. I got my Sunday scary shirt on. I can only wear this one day a week, so you'll see it on me every day until spring, or every Sunday. I think I said that when I first bought it. So I think that answered the question about the lawyer, but we'll see even more. We'll dig deeper into that because he has more than one attorney, obviously. But so what was I going to say? Oh, they're going to introduce, I believe, Anna's text showing that she was scared, stressed, and trying to create space from Brian. What I think the defense will kind of argue, they're going to hit the same kind of things, I think, over and over again. No body, right? There's no body here. So how do you know he did it? Circumstantial evidence, which he did say, they did say that he already pled guilty to disposing of her body. So, I mean, he's already doing like half the legwork. Circumstantial evidence, but what case doesn't have circumstantial evidence? They also have direct evidence with her blood on the knife. In my opinion, yeah. And them finding her items in the same trash cans that he is disposing things of. Yeah, that might be circumstantial to me. That's direct. That's more direct than circumstantial to me, but it probably is considered more circumstantial. But items in the trash don't prove murder, they're going to say. The timeline could be interpreted differently. Brian acted weird because he was already dealing with a federal case. I don't know. They'll also bring up the fact that Brian supposedly loved Anna. They're going to say that he cooperated at the beginning and that investigators jumped to conclusions. But honestly, I think the state has a lot, and I think they have enough. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Her blood's in the basement. Ladybug, when you said Mamtakaffel bat last night, that's exactly like, I mean, the cases are very eerily similar. You know, we have, what are you doing? Growling at her. We don't have a body, right? We have a spouse saying that he didn't do it. We have a spouse that didn't go to the cops, go to someone and say, hey, my wife's missing. He waited on them to come to him. Very much alike. Okay. So I was going through this and I thought it was pretty interesting because it like gives you these little videos that you can watch like as you're reading through it, and like the order that, you know, they come out. So it's just this Anna Walshe's case timeline, key moments leading to Brian Walshe's murder trial. This is them. Happier days, I guess. She was so pretty. So pretty. Okay, maybe I can play it. It just takes a minute to play.
Maria, this is a case.
Okay, is it up all the way? Yeah. And these videos are only like 2 to 3 minutes long, so they're not very long.
As you know, that captured attention around the world. And when you think about what we learned in those days and weeks after Walsh's arrest, it's not hard to see why. 5 Investigates camera was outside the Cohasset police station on January 8th, 2023, as Brian Walshe was arrested and initially charged with misleading police. Those charges upgraded to murder after police collected more evidence about the disappearance of Anna Walshe. That included video of Brian at a Home Depot in Rockland with $450.
Look at the cart. I forgot about the cart. Look at the cart. He can't even roll the damn thing because he's got so much shit in there. Why didn't he just do like the backward thing? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, get 2 carts. That's weird. I don't know if this is a shop vac or if it's a saw, but it's something big in these boxes. It might be 2 boxes actually. And he's got them stacked. And then he's got buckets down here. What do you need them for? What do you need all this stuff for? What's this, like mops, brooms? Don't you have those at your home already? What do you need $450 worth of cleaning shit for?
Worth of cleaning products, tarps and buckets, and carrying a heavy bag near a dumpster by his mother's apartment.
Look at him in the mask and gloves like Koberger.
On the North Shore. It wasn't far from the transfer station in Peabody, where police made a gruesome discovery: a bloody rug, a hacksaw, and Anna Walsh's.
A hacksaw. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. That just sounds like it would take forever to, like, I'm sorry to be like so blunt, but to dismember somebody with a hacksaw. Oh my God. He had the money. He should have just, I mean, if he was going to do it, he should have got that electric. I mean, I'm just saying, like, that's crazy. To use a hacksaw on somebody?
his COVID vaccination card. In their Cohasset home, investigators say they found blood and a knife with blood on it and discovered
Look at him
internet
smiling.
searches, including 10 ways
Do you see that face? Him smiling? I mean, he's got the nerve.
on it and discovered.
Look at this. And it's creepy. He's creepy when he smiles. I don't know, Anna. I don't know how you saw past the creep factor, but
Internet searches, including 10 ways to dispose of a body if you really need to, and the best state for a man to get a divorce in. In the days that followed, we learned more about Brian and Anna's relationship. They met in 2008 while Anna was working at a deluxe hotel in Lenox, got married in 2015, and had 3 young sons. Anna had been commuting for a year to a job in Washington, D.C., where she bought a townhouse. Police interviewed a man there who admitted to having an affair with Anna. He told them the relationship had become more serious over the past several months, and they had spent Thanksgiving together in Dublin. Brian Walshe had legal troubles.
oh, so well, I mean, what was her excuse for not being home for Thanksgiving? She had to work, maybe.
Before this case, he had been awaiting sentencing in a federal fraud case involving selling 2 fake Andy Warhol paintings. And Brian Walshe was also accused of stealing from his estranged father's estate. Now, it remains to be seen how these past details could play into his upcoming murder trial. Karen.
I'll tell you how. He's freaking selfish. That's how. I mean, you know. So Brian Walshe is scheduled to go on trial this week in connection with the 2023 murder of his wife, Anna Walshe. Prosecutors say her body was dismembered, but the remains were never found. Anna Walshe, a 39-year-old mother of 3, went missing around New Year's Day in 2023. Investigators originally conducted a search for her in the area around her Cohasset home and a townhouse in Washington, D.C., where she worked. That search was suspended by January 7th. Like, that's so fast. That's so quick. 6 days, and they suspend it. And Brian Walshe was arrested on the charge of misleading investigators 1 day later. He was held on high bail, which was revoked after he was formally accused of murder on January 17th, 2023. And he probably didn't try to bail himself out because his lawyer probably told him they're going to get you with murder and they're going to rearrest you and you're not going to have a bail, so you might as well just stay in here. That's what I'm thinking. Because I mean, they had money, she had money. More than 2.5 years later, Brian Walshe's trial is scheduled to begin. It's actually on Monday. Yeah, so this is on Tuesday, but it's on Monday. So we'll listen to this video. I think this is the timeline. Looks like.
Antoinette, we are learning more about the moments when Anna Walshe was last seen. She's been missing for days now, and family and friends are praying someone might have information that could bring Anna home.
We have detectives working around the clock.
After almost a week, still no sign of 39-year-old Anna Walshe, last seen at her home in Cohasset early in the morning on New Year's Day.
She was reported missing Wednesday. Simultaneously, we received simultaneous reports from her employer in Washington, D.C., as well as her husband, who lives here in Cohasset.
Police say family members reported she was due to take a flight to Washington, D.C. on Sunday for work and that a rideshare would be picking her up. They say it's unclear whether she ever got into a rideshare, but say she never boarded a plane at Logan. According to police, a family member saw Anna that morning and she reportedly had her bags with her. Police say Anna's phone has been off since Sunday and they haven't been able to track any credit card activity.
Well, it's not normal that she's missing, so we automatically feel that she's in danger by the mere fact that she's missing. Other than that, there's no evidence to support anything illegal.
At this time, authorities tell us there is no evidence to support criminal activity. Police now looking into all possible circumstances surrounding her disappearance.
Sometimes life gets chaotic, so it may be a case where she just needed a break, and if that's the case, we just need a call from her or someone who has talked to her.
We're told her
No.
husband and family members have been cooperating in the investigation, and investigators say they're reevaluating the situation every 6 hours. If you have any information, you're asked to give Cohasset Police a call.
That's crazy. They're like, yeah, everyone's cooperating. Everyone's cool. No mother is going to leave their children. I mean, not very many. Okay, there's some that would, but you know what I mean? Like you have to look at the background, right? Has she ever done this before? Is she under any type of stress? Those things like didn't look, I mean, I don't know. She probably was because she wanted to get out of the relationship she was in, but she wouldn't leave her children. I wouldn't think. So January 6, 2023, according to initial information from police, Anna Walshe was reported missing on January 4th, and officials initially described their work as a missing person investigation. So some days later, enough time for him to clean up the house. He should have just burned it to the ground. I mean, they're going to find what you cleaned. So this is them, I think, trying to like suction out the pool. Yes, my friends, that is a pool. That's a very dirty pool.
The search does continue for Anna Walshe.
The search for the Cohasset mother of three remains close to where she was last seen early New Year's Day. The 39-year-old has been missing for almost a week as local and state police focus on an area near the Walshe home just off Route 3A.
Police are continuing to search along with our Massachusetts State Police partners. They also have canines that are assisting in that search. There are 2 other sectors that police are searching today.
A Mass State Police chopper was seen hovering over the search area as investigators supervised the draining of the family home pool as part of this search for Anna Walshe. And in a new development on Saturday, investigators confirmed the fire that broke out Friday at a home formerly owned by Walshe was not considered suspicious.
It looked like their home for a minute. I was about to say, did their house really catch on fire?
As a way to get more leads in the Walshe case, police now have a tip website.
So it's tips@cohassetpolice.com. Once again, that is tips@cohassetpolice.com.
Officially, this is still a missing persons case. So for now, Cohasset Police continues to work with Mass State Police and Washington, D.C. area police, since that's where Anna worked. No word yet if the FBI will join this search.
I wonder when that house went up in flames. He didn't, I don't think he had any money. I don't think the dude had any money. So maybe he was trying to make himself a little bit of money before he had to go to jail. Because he probably knows he's going to jail. Just a matter of time. So investigators conducted ground search around the family's Cohasset home, but the search was called off later on January 7th, which I guess you have to start somewhere, but I don't know. So then we'll play this video. There's like a video after each sentence, it seems like. Here's him getting arrested. Him smiling is the worst. That's freaky.
This is a bizarre story that continues to unfold, maybe the biggest development happening just a short time ago. Only 5 Investigates cameras were there this afternoon when 46-year-old Brian Walshe was taken out of a Cohasset police cruiser in handcuffs and led into Cohasset Police Department. In the morning, he will be formally charged in Quincy District Court with misleading a police investigation. His gray Volvo was also impounded by Cohasset Police. Early this morning, Mass State Police and Cohasset Police were back at the home of Anna Walshe, the Cohasset mother of 3 now missing for a week. We're told by sources familiar with this case, investigators came with a search warrant looking for clues about Anna's disappearance. On Saturday, police looked in and around the family pool, and we were told by investigators nothing was found. This case is now being directed by the Norfolk County DA's office, and this weekend, Mass State Police and Cohasset detectives also spent time in Washington, D.C., a second city where Anna lived and worked during the week, and a location she was heading to before she went missing. Back in Cohasset this afternoon, detectives put on protective booties as they tracked in and around the home, located on Route 3A in Cohasset. From the air, it appears the search also extended into the Walshe yard. You can see investigators looking inside sheds near the family home, an area that police had not focused on with earlier visits. Neighbors say the 3 Walshe children were removed from the home this morning, but still no word from husband Brian Walshe. This missing persons case has captured the attention of an entire town with lots of theories, but still no sign of Anna Walshe. Do you think there's an ending to this story?
I hope there's enough media interest and subscription base to allow people to kind of dig into it.
So
I wonder where those poor babies are now. You know, it's like, I don't know why they just assume that they're not going to get caught and their children aren't going to be without a mother and a father. Like, I don't know why people don't think about that before they do stupid shit like this.
breaking news, the husband of...
I mean, obviously you don't care about your kids. You just wanted to hurt their mother.
Anna Walshe, Brian Walshe, was arrested a short time ago. He is currently being held in custody at Cohasset Police Department. We are told he will be arraigned as early as 9 o'clock tomorrow morning in Quincy District Court. The charge will be misleading a police investigation. Live in Cohasset, I'm Ted Wayman, WCVB, News Center 5.
Okay. So January 8th, only 5 investigates. Cameras were there as Brian Walshe was led into the Cohasset Police Department. He was initially arrested on the charge of misleading investigators. Never heard of that charge before. And then I'll just read this too. January 10th, 2023, gruesome evidence, including a hacksaw and a rug stained with blood, was found during a search at the Peabody transfer station. And that's what this place is here. That's what I was talking about earlier. I don't know what a transfer station is. I'm going to look up. What's the difference between that and a landfill?
5 investigates learning tonight that investigators here at this Peabody transfer station discovered a rug with blood on it, as well as a hacksaw. Now testing will be done to determine whose blood that is. Tonight.
Okay, so I went and looked. I was like, just in case you guys don't know what it is, I'm going to tell you. A transfer station is a facility where waste collected from smaller trucks is temporarily stored and consolidated before being loaded into larger vehicles for transport to a final disposal site like a landfill or recycling center. These stations act as a middle point in the waste management process, making it more efficient by reducing long-distance hauling costs, air emissions, and road wear and tear. And then it says collection, smaller garbage trucks from residential, commercial, and industrial areas bring waste to the transfer station. Okay.
New progress in the investigation into the suspicious disappearance of Anna Walshe. The 39-year-old mother of 3 has now been missing for almost 10 days. Right now, the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office saying detectives collected a number of items from this Peabody transfer station and will now process and test them to determine if they are valuable evidence. Sky 5 yesterday over the Republic Services facility as crews donned hazmat suits and used canines looking for anything of significance, eventually hauling away a tarp carrying several items. This transfer station just 7 miles away from Brian Walshe's mother's Swampscott apartment, where he told investigators he visited the day Anna went missing. The dumpster from there was hauled away. We knocked at his mother's door, but nobody answered. Meantime, we've also learned authorities were at the...
Of course his mama's not going to answer.
This incineration facility in West Wareham, which converts trash into electricity. A spokesperson for Covanta saying investigators were there and the company is cooperating, though it's unclear if anything was found. Now, business was back to normal here at this transfer station, as well as that Swampscott apartment complex. Brian Walshe, by the way, remains locked up in jail tonight on $500,000 bail. We're live in Peabody this evening. I'm Peter Eliopoulos, WCVB.
Yeah, he could have got out. He could have, I mean, 50,000, 10% of 500. Yeah, he could have got out a few. I think that his lawyer told him, just stay there, just stick tight, buddy, because you're probably going to get charged with murder. So it says 5 investigators reports that Anna Walshe spoke to the police in Washington, D.C. about her husband. This is January 13th, 2022.
As the Cohasset community comes together, a newly discovered police report comes to light. 5 investigates learning in the summer of 2014. Anna Walshe, then Anna Kipp, filed a report with Washington, D.C. Metro Police saying Brian Walshe threatened to kill her and a friend. Anna and Brian weren't married at the time. The report says Anna told police Brian called her, making the threats over the phone. And while Brian isn't named in the report, DC police confirm he is the person referenced in it. Police say while the allegations could rise to a felony threat, the report was closed after Anna chose not to cooperate with the investigation.
We feel so many emotions in the midst of these unfolding events.
While the search for the 39-year-old missing mother of 3 continues, Anna's friends and community held candles and each other.
It's just a terrible situation, but you see the support of the community come out, praying and hoping for, some miracle to come.
It was just so nice that everybody came here.
While most who gathered on the square don't know Anna Walshe, they came together to pray and hope, especially for her 3 young sons.
This doesn't happen around here. This shouldn't happen to anyone.
Now, even as the days go on, some of the people I spoke with tonight tell me they are going to keep holding on to hope, saying they will continue to support Anna and her family.
Okay. So I do have that report right here handy. I went and grabbed it. I didn't see okay. So when I saw this is what I saw. Okay. And for some reason, I didn't even scroll down because I didn't even think you could scroll down, but it says it right here. But it says C1 reports that on listed date and time, S1 made a statement over the telephone that he was going to kill C1 and her friend S1 now lives in Boston, and her friend, S1 now lives in Boston, Massachusetts. And this was August 2nd, 2014. The offense start date, August 2nd, 2014. Yeah. So he made threats back then. The reporting date was August the 3rd. What they say, but I don't know. Okay. And the date he did it was August the 2nd. Okay. I've seen if there's anything else, but yeah, that's a little crazy. There, Brian, January 13th, 2023. They report that Anna Walshe spoke to police in DC. I already read that. Sorry. About her husband. January 17th, 2023. Based on evidence discovered during the searches, Norfolk District Attorney Michael Morrissey announced on January 17th that Brian Walshe will face a murder charge and a charge of improper transport or handling of human remains, which he already pled guilty to the second one.
Walshe, once considered a missing person, now a murder victim with this latest turn in the investigation. Her friends are grateful for this step towards justice, but they say this day is bittersweet.
So grateful that you got this information as soon as quickly to the people, because it hurts the whole community and the whole New England.
One of Anna Walshe's friends reacting to a major development today that her husband will face a charge for murder.
Rejoiceful. If I could jump, I would jump.
Like the way he walked out there, it was like he wasn't smiling until he walked out the door and he noticed there was a camera on him. And then he was kind of like, like, oh man, you guys got me. Like, that's what I saw. I'm going to take this back. You watch his face. You let me know what you think he's doing. But that's what it looked like to me. Maybe I'll see something different the 40th time I watch it.
To a major development today that her husband will face a charge.
See him? He ain't smiling right there. He ain't smiling right here. He looks serious as a heart attack. And all of a sudden he sees that camera. They're opening the doors for me and everything like I'm a celebrity.
Development today that her husband will face a charge for murder.
Rejoiceful. If I could jump, I would jump. It's a horrible thing to think that you would jump to find out that somebody was arrested. But that is the harsh reality, Anna deserves justice.
The 39-year-old mother of 3 was last seen on New Year's Eve. A massive search was underway at her home in Cohasset, as well as in D.C., where she also lived for her work at a real estate company. Her 47-year-old husband is currently behind bars for misleading the investigation. Brian Walshe allegedly lied about buying $450 worth of cleaning supplies.
Bro looks older than 47 to me. I'm just saying.
Then prosecutors revealed that investigators found blood and a bloody knife in the basement of their Cohasset home. Now the DA announcing Walshe is a murder suspect.
The continued investigation has now allowed police to obtain an arrest warrant charging Brian Walshe with the murder of his wife.
It's the first.
Hey, could you not read off a piece of paper?
First time authorities are acknowledging that Anna Walshe is no longer alive, which is why her friends say today's development is bittersweet.
But if we all have closure, I think we're getting closer to justice. So it's a good win. It's a win day. Sad, but good at the same time.
Brian Walshe is expected to be arraigned tomorrow in Quincy District Court, again on the charge of murder. It is then what we expect to learn more about the evidence and what prosecutors have that led them to take this step. At this point, though, it is unclear whether investigators have actually found Anna Walshe's body. Live in Cohasset, Sarah Con, GW.
Well, I could tell you, they haven't. They never did. We haven't found her yet. I don't think at this point they will find her. I think that they know that. He was just a couple steps ahead, you know, to where he could dispose of that trash, and it was compacted and taken, and yeah, it's sad. I think we read this part, didn't we? Yeah, we did. Okay. So then March 31st, Norfolk District Attorney Michael Morrissey said a county grand jury indicted Brian Walshe, 48, of Cohasset for the murder of his wife Anna, for misleading a police investigation, obstruction of justice, and for improper conveyance of a human body. Bet he wasn't smiling anymore.
The next court date for Brian Walshe will be here at Norfolk Superior Court. Prosecutors say that he will be arraigned in the next few weeks.
Do you understand those charges, Mr. Walshe? I do.
Brian Walshe was formally charged with murder in January, accused of killing his wife Anna, who was last seen on New Year's Eve. Prosecutors revealed grisly internet searches they say he made on his son's iPad, including, can you be charged with murder without a body? How to stop a body from decomposing? Can you identify a body with broken teeth? And hacksaw, best tool to dismember?
I think
I'm going to go with no on the hacksaw thing.
everyone's innocent until proven guilty, but on the other hand, with all of the so-called evidence that's been on the news, it leaves people feeling like they've got the right guy.
I actually wonder if some of them searches were like were stopped, because I've searched things. What did I search the other night? And it was like it couldn't give me an answer. I can't even remember. Let's just say I search, is the K-bar knife the best way to, kill someone with, when it comes to like knives? And sometimes it'll show up and it'll say like Google will stop you, and it'll be like, I can't give you that answer. And I'm like, oh, okay. I forget what it was the other night though. It was something for true crime. I can't remember.
Investigators have also outlined physical evidence found: 2 knives and blood in the basement of the family's Cohasset home, along with Anna's blood at a trash facility near his mom's home, where he was allegedly seen dumping trash bags. The mother of 3's body still has not been found, and investigators say her remains likely ended up at multiple trash facilities, one of which incinerates garbage.
I'd only hope our justice system honors her and her children and shows that their friends and family justice.
Now, Walshe is currently being held without bail. He does face life in prison if he's convicted. We'll have in Dedham tonight, John.
Well, we'll see, huh? We will see. April 27th, 2023, documents reviewed by, it says reveal evidence, including a supposed ransom note sent to police early in the morning, one day before Brian Walshe's arrest. He'd be doing the mostest, man. I do have all the search warrants.
Pages and pages of documents obtained by 5.
I think the search warrants were like 600 and some pages.
Investigates, all related to the search for Anna Walshe and the ever-widening net of electronic and physical searches conducted by police. They include new photos of Brian Walshe in the days after his wife vanished. Shopping at the
That
Home
is a
Depot
shop
in
vac, I
Rockland,
think.
where police say his cart was filled with cleaning products. 2 large clear tarps, 3 buckets with lids, and 2.
Are those actually? Is that one of those yellow trash cans that you get? You know, like the yellow trash cans back from like when you were in high school and stuff, and the janitor had them. I don't know who, or like at work, if you work in like a restaurant, that's what it almost looks like. Hey, Steve. Right. Why was she with him? I don't know. She had the money and everything. She had the career, the money, the everything. He was too busy trying to sell. Well, you did sell them fake Andy Warhol paintings, which I mean, I could tell you the difference, but I couldn't tell the difference.
Splash resistant goggles. Another photo shows Brian outside a liquor store in Swampscott, where his mother lives, carrying what appears to be a heavy bag. Police say Walshe made trips to 6 dumpsters in 5 days, from Swampscott to Abington and Brockton. Also revealed, a request by police to install GPS tracking devices on vehicles used by Brian Walshe and his mother, and even secretly break into those vehicles to test, retrieve, or maintain those devices. Another piece of evidence in the case, a bizarre email claiming Anna had been kidnapped. The day before Brian was arrested at 5:18 in the morning, Cohasset police received that message from a Gmail account stating, "We have the so-named Anna Walshe with us here. We had a deal worth $127,000. She messed up. We have her here with us, and if she doesn't pay the money, then she'll never be back." There is no additional information.
That was the worst ransom letter I've ever heard.
But we know by this point, police believe Brian had been lying to them. And 5 Investigates did uncover new details about the affair that prosecutors revealed in court. Police traveled to Washington, D.C. on January 7th to interview a man who told them he was in a, quote, dating relationship with Anna. According to the documents, he said the relationship had become more serious over the past several months, and they had spent Thanksgiving together in Dublin. And today I spoke with that man who told police he and Anna were dating, and he told me, quote, "I have nothing to say."
Oh, what do you mean you have nothing to say? What do you mean you have nothing to say? You should be saying something for her. I mean, obviously her husband killed her. You didn't. I mean, allegedly, allegedly, but they're not looking at him for, the murder of Anna. It's kind of like the guy with the Susan Morphew case. He was like, he didn't come like to the forefront for a long time. He was like, I'm just going to hang out over here with my wife and my kids, act like nothing happened. When in reality, something happened. So the next one is December 12th. Larry Tipton told 5 Investigates that he was asked to defend Brian Walshe of Cohasset because he needs a public defender. Oh, you're going to get a public defender because you have no money, because she had the money. Doesn't he look like he lost weight? Like a lot? He looks like hell. I mean, he did begin with, right? What do they have to say? These are only like 36.
The Cohasset man accused of murdering his wife is getting a new attorney. Brian Walshe was represented by a private attorney, Tracy Miner, who defended him against the charge that he murdered Anna Walshe last January. Now, Walshe has a new attorney. Lawyer Larry Tipton is telling 5 Investigates that he was asked to defend Walshe against the murder charge because Walshe needs a public.
This guy can barely stand up. No offense to him.
Defender. Tipton also represents the man accused of killing Weymouth Police Sergeant Michael Chestnut and Vera Adams, but says that the upcoming retrial won't be affected by his taking on the Walshe case.
Man, that looks like he looks like a public defender. No offense to him, No offense.
President Trump says there has been tremendous progress made in.
I'm like, what is? Oh, I don't know, Vincent. One eye. If you think Brian looks older than his age, you should look at me. Well, I hope you don't look that bad, Vincent. Don't be too hard on yourself there, buddy. So it says here that we already read that. Okay. So he needed a public defender because he spent all of his money on the lawyer. Now, I wonder, okay, what would you guys do? Would you, if you knew you only had a certain amount of money, but you could get a lawyer for, like, a good lawyer for a little bit of time, would you, A, get said lawyer in the beginning of your trial when they're filing the motions and stuff, and like doing all the paperwork and arguing back and forth what evidence would be allowed at trial? Or would you rather have the good lawyer for the actual trial? I'm going to go with, I think I would rather have the lawyer for the actual trial, because that lawyer better start reading real quick. Just read real fast. This is what I did. I don't know. That's a pretty good question. At the end, you think, Kathy? You're in your 30s and you look like you're in your 50s. Well, I'm in my 40s and I look like I'm in my, I'm not going to even answer that. I look like I'm in my 20s. So February 20th, 2024, happy Valentine's Day to him. He was sentenced to 37 months in connection with the scheme to sell fake Andy Warhol paintings. He had pled guilty in the federal case in 2021. He did lose some weight. Look, they even drew him skinnier.
Walshe was sentenced to 37 months in prison for selling fake art paintings. That happened here in federal court today. Tonight, he is back in state custody.
What's your reaction to hearing the sentence today?
Brian Walshe's mother walked out of court today
Look at her.
along with Walshe's attorney. Both
Look at her.
had no comment on the judge's sentence.
You go.
Walshe still in state custody on the murder
Our lady was like, go, get in that car.
charge or sued in court, never looked at his mother or showed any reaction when he was sentenced to just over 3 years in prison for art fraud.
They never look at their parents. They never can look at their parents. You know why? Because they don't want to be told by their parents that they're disappointed in them. That's like the worst thing you can hear from your parents. You know, I'm not mad at you. I'm just disappointed. You know the drill.
Walshe pleaded guilty in.
She ain't gonna say that though. She's gonna say, "Not my baby, not my baby." I can tell by the look on her face. She's one of those moms. Nope, not my kid.
2021 to selling fake Andy Warhol paintings, even duping the owner of the largest Warhol gallery in the world. The judge was about to sentence Walshe back then to time served when he learned that a restitution check from Walshe had bounced. So the government began a new investigation to determine if Brian Walshe hid assets to avoid paying his victims back,
Oh yeah, he lost
including
weight.
what he took from his late father's estate. The judge today determined that behavior amounted to obstruction of justice and said Walshe deserved more time behind bars for that.
So with this, Walshe's federal case is now over, but he is still charged with murdering his wife, Anna, in their Cohasset home last year.
And just think, oh my God, I didn't even think about this until now. I didn't even think about this. Why I didn't, I don't know. But their kids had to have been there. Oh my God, what kind of person? That's probably why he was looking up how to stop the decomposition, because he didn't want the smell, his kids to smell something, or maybe, you never know. Oh my goodness. Okay, so it says something about, it looks like Karen Reed here. Massachusetts Judge Beverly Canone. I know you guys are going to, oh man, I better get this name right, because I know she's the one that was on Karen Reed's. Canone was replaced by Judge Diane. Oh, I don't know how to say her name either. Let's see. Frenier. Canone was given a special assignment to oversee the high-profile murder case of Karen Reed. Okay. So then December, this was like before they were going to go to trial before. December 2nd, 2024. Did we play that one? No, we didn't play. We'll play this one. I don't think it'd be that important, but it's 18 seconds.
New judge has been assigned to the case against Brian Walshe, who's accused of killing and dismembering his wife, Anna, in January of 2023. Judge Frenier will replace Judge Canone, who was also overseeing the retrial of Karen Reed. Walshe has pled not guilty to the charges against him. His trial date has not yet been set.
Okay. No, I don't need you to play. Oh, they're going to play. It's going to play.
First name.
Okay.
Name SCOTT.
I stopped it. December 2nd, 2024, nearly 2 years after Anna Walshe disappeared, Judge Diane Fernanier decided to set the trial date for October 20th, 2025. We all know that didn't work out. We'll play this. Let's see. It's probably 30 seconds too. It's a minute, 25 seconds. We'll see what they have to say.
New judge took over this case just 3 weeks ago, and in her first hearing today, she made clear that she wants to pick up the pace. It has been nearly 2 years now since Anna Walshe disappeared, and the body of the mother of 3 from Cohasset has never been found. Her husband, Brian, he is accused of dismembering his wife's body and disposing of her remains. Judge Diana Frenier told the attorneys today she wasn't looking to pressure either side, but she says she does believe that there is a way for this case to be more efficient in getting to trial.
I think that it's reasonable to assume that a case such as this one will be
She's pretty.
tried within 2 years. An indictment on the present schedule, or looking where you suggested, I think it's kind of closer to the 3-year mark, and I think that's a little unnecessary.
One of the holdups has been a legal fight over what evidence the prosecution has to share with Walsh's attorneys. For example, the defense wants to get its hands on text messages and emails from the lead investigator on the case, Trooper Michael Proctor. Proctor, you'll remember, was also the lead investigator on the Karen Reed murder case, and he wrote insulting messages about her. Walsh's attorneys want to see if he wrote anything similar about him.
Oh,
the judge did not rule on that issue today, but she did set a date of October 20th, 2025 for Walsh's trial to begin. The prosecutor said today that once it does begin, they expect it to last.
I mean, I know it's not, it's kind of frowned upon, right, to be talking about somebody when you're a cop like that. But Karen Reed is a whole ass bee. I'm sorry. She is. Hopefully she lives a long, happy life, but she is. July 29th, 2025, prosecutors will be allowed to introduce several key pieces of electronic evidence during the upcoming trial, a judge decided. The judge did agree to suppress certain search warrants pertaining to the GPS system on the 2013 Volkswagen Beetle and certain days of records from a cell phone, but otherwise denied the rest of the request. I think the Volkswagen Beetle was his mom's, maybe. Their house was beautiful.
Also, prosecutors will be allowed to present key pieces of electronic evidence during the upcoming trial of Brian Walshe. Walshe is accused of killing and dismembering his wife, Anna, back in 2023. Anna Walsh's body has never been found. Last week, Brian Walsh's attorneys asked the judge to restrict the use of potentially incriminating online searches, but those will be allowed. Walsh's trial.
That sucks for him. So the Google searches are in. I can't wait to hear those. Hey, Bree. That's good for us, you know, because I mean, that sucks for him, but that's good for us. Also, what was I going to say? All the electronic evidence is going to be the GPS ankle monitor that he had on. So, it says it right here. Oh, never mind. That was the Volkswagen we read. So then August 1st, 2024. This is him in all of his glory at the jail. Judge Diane Frenier. Now I forget her last name already. I get it right because we're going to be saying it a lot. Frenier revealed a potential conflict of interest and informed the parties that she has a pre-existing friendship with attorney Michael Sullivan, who was added to help the prosecution handle federal material related to the case. She described Sullivan as a mentor and a former co-worker. Also, is she gone? Is she leaving now? After I just got her name down? I don't have it down. So.
More breaking news tonight. The judge in the Brian Walshe case disclosing a potential conflict that she has regarding a new member of the prosecution's team.
The Commonwealth has chosen attorney Michael Sullivan to represent them in connection with their dealings with the United States Attorney's Office. And that choice of an attorney is mentor of mine and a friend of mine.
Well, the judge says she's confident she can remain objective, but wanted to leave the final decision on whether to get a new judge up to the parties involved. Walshe is charged with killing and dismembering his wife, Anna Walshe, in 2023. Her body has never been found. Walsh's trial is set to begin October.
It's craziness that he was able to do that. Okay, so then it goes on to October 2nd. In an attempt to question the impartiality of the investigation, Brian Walsh's defense team asked for records from 2 other high-profile murder cases. In particular, they sought records related to former trooper Michael Proctor, who was involved in the case against Brian Walshe and Karen Reed. Less than 1 month earlier, prosecutors told the court they planned to present the case without calling Proctor as a witness. He's been in a lot of trouble, isn't he?
This is 23 CR91, the Commonwealth versus Brian Walshe.
More than a year and a half after Brian Walshe was charged with killing and dismembering his wife Anna, he's now trying to find out if the police who investigated him had an axe to grind. The lead investigator on Walsh's case was Massachusetts State Trooper Michael Proctor, who also investigated Karen Reed for the death of her boyfriend, John O'Keefe, and who, while doing so, wrote insulting text messages about Reed.
My emotions got the best of me based on, the fact that Miss Reed hit Mr. O'Keefe with her vehicle and left him to die on the side of the road.
In court documents, Walsh's attorney writes, quote, Proctor demonstrated bias against a person accused of murder. So now the defense wants to see if Proctor said anything similar about Walshe. They're demanding prosecutors.
It's a little different, okay? It's a little different when you're having strong feelings because you think this woman hit someone that you work with, a fellow officer. Brian Walsh's case is completely different.
Prosecutors turn over everything they have on Proctor, including his cell phone data, his internet account, and more than 3,000 pages from an ongoing federal investigation into the death of John O'Keefe. Walsh's attorney also says the recent arrest of a Stoughton police officer for the death of Sandra Birchmore also raises questions about possible misconduct.
And I was going to explain why we filed such a detailed memorandum of law, but I don't think I need to waste the court's time with that.
At today's hearing,
I wonder how many times this guy's used this exact thing. Corruption. It's happened twice or once. It's happened once.
Walsh's attorney says he's already received from
I wonder if he uses it for every case. You know what I mean? Every case he fights right now.
Some of what he's asked for and expects to receive more. Prosecutors say they can't share everything Walshe wants because some of it might include sensitive information about ongoing investigations. Now, both sides have agreed to share what they can for now and then to come back before the judge 1 month from now about what they still disagree on.
They should give them, the defense, everything. We need them to have everything. We don't need we don't need anything happening. So September 12th, 2025, we're getting towards where we are now. Brian Walshe was stabbed by another inmate with a makeshift weapon while inside a housing unit at the Norfolk County Sheriff's Correctional Center. He was taken to Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center in Boston and later discharged, his attorney said. His attorney. So is that a jail or is that a prison? It sounds like a prison to me. I guess it's both. Okay. It's both a jail and a house of correction. So that both pretrial detainees and post-convicted and those convicted of crimes, with inmates awaiting trial held in jail portion and sentenced inmates housed in the house of correction section. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. So, okay. That's kind of weird. That's like housing the freaking kindergartners with the seniors. I don't know. It just seems like people would get hurt more that way, right? I think we did that one yet. No, we didn't do this one. thought we did.
Before a Cohasset man's murder trial, someone stabs Brian Walshe in the head while he is in custody. That stabbing happened.
Damn.
Just before 10 o'clock last night in a housing unit at the Norfolk County Jail. The 48-year-old Brian Walshe suffered a non-life-threatening stab wound. Walshe is being held in the Dedham jail without bail. He is accused in the murder and dismemberment of his wife, Anna. He's also indicted on misleading a police investigation. Anna's body has never been found. Listen to the call to first responders.
Norfolk County House of Correction for a stab victim. Body was stabbed in the head, conscious and alert. Engine 4 to Coastal Unit 200 West, Norfolk County House of Correction. Body was stabbed in the head.
Walshe was transported from the Dedham jail and then treated at Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center in Boston. He is back in the jail tonight. His murder trial is scheduled for October.
It's crazy. Everyone knows everyone there. Yeah. It does sound like it. And it is kind of like Murdoch, which if you haven't seen the new Murdoch documentary on Hulu, oh my goodness, it's so good. Not to sidebar us or anything, but it's really good. I have it on, I'm putting each episode on our Patreon, and I think we're on episode 3. I think I have 2 on there. I need to put the 3rd one on there for you guys. And there's like 8 episodes, but it's really good. So yeah, he was stabbed in the head by another inmate. Guess they couldn't get to his chest area. I don't know. That's where they could, I guess, hit. But I wonder what made this person want to stab him. I'm curious about that. I wonder if it's because he's like a high profile criminal. Because I mean, guys kill their wives every day, right? I mean, they do. Like they go to prison for it. So I'm sure that prison's full of people. I mean, not like full, but I'm sure there's a lot of people in there that's killed like a woman. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but it could. So Supreme Court or Judicial Court Justice Elizabeth Dewar denied an appeal made by Walsh's attorneys to suppress key Google searches found on his phone and 2 tablets belonging to his children. The searches include how long before a body starts to smell, how long for someone to be missing to inheritance, wanted her money, and dismemberment and best ways to dispose of a body. I'm about to put that in my Google thing, see if it comes up as you're not allowed to say that. I don't know, Bree. He might not. I mean, they already got him in the head. So we'll play this one here. We'll play them all. We'll play them all. There's not that many more. I wouldn't think.
All I can say is that we are in conversation with the U.S. Attorney's Office as a result of our review.
The state prosecutor saying a review of material found on former Mass State Police Trooper Michael Proctor's phone has been completed, but not disclosing exactly what was found.
If you're having conversations, it must be that you have made a determination that information needs to be turned over. What am I missing? There's no hide the ball here.
There's a federal order connected to the Karen Reed trial saying the material should be destroyed by mid-October. Those materials could impact several cases, including Brian Walsh's murder trial.
Have you come to the conclusion that certain information supplied and confidential information should be turned over in these cases?
Also happening today, a Supreme Judicial Court justice denying an appeal made by Walsh's attorneys. They were asking the judge to suppress key Google searches found on his phone and 2 tablets belonging to his children. The searches include how long before a body starts to smell, how long for someone to be missing to inheritance, and dismemberment and the best ways to dispose of a body. Walsh's attorneys claim police went beyond the terms of a consent agreement when searching the phone and tablet, but the justice says allowing the appeal would not facilitate the administration of justice. Walsh's attorneys can appeal this decision. His trial date is set for October 20th. We're live in Dedham.
Oh, she's really pretty too. Are the ladies in Massachusetts all like pretty or something? So the next one, a flurry of motions from the prosecution and defense reveals new information about their strategies for the case. And this happened on October the 2nd of this year. And he was supposed to go October 20th on trial.
There are a lot of them, and that's not unusual at this point before a trial. First of all, Brian Walsh's attorneys are asking the court to move the trial out of Norfolk County due to the intense media coverage of the case.
Just now asking for that? No, you don't get that.
Here's what a retired judge had to say about that.
Motions to change venue are fairly common, particularly in cases like this one that have received enormous publicity pre-trial. But
not 3 days before trial starts.
The granting or allowance of a motion to change venue is very rare.
Brian Walshe is charged with killing and dismembering his wife Anna in their Cohasset home almost 3 years ago. According to new court filings, the Commonwealth plans to argue that Walshe knew Anna was having an extramarital affair with a man in Washington, D.C., realized that their marriage was likely to end, and that if she took their 3 children and moved out, it was likely Walshe would get a stiffer sentence in a federal art fraud case, which he pleaded guilty to in 2021. Prosecutors think Walshe wanted to use the kids as leverage to avoid jail time. Prosecutors plan to argue that Walshe also figured he would inherit a big life insurance payout if Anna was dead. To bolster their case, prosecutors plan to show text messages between Anna and her boyfriend and internet history from devices in Brian Walsh's home that include searches for divorce, including laws in Washington, D.C., information about the man Anna was having a relationship with in D.C., pornography involving a, quote, cheating wife, disposing of human remains, and how to use certain tools to dismember a body. The defense is asking the court to exclude any testimony suggesting that Brian Walshe was aware of Anna's affair prior to January 1st, 2023. That's when she went missing. The defense also looking to exclude evidence of prior bad acts, including Walsh's federal art fraud conviction.
If the Commonwealth has motive evidence, they want to throw as much of it in as possible. And here you have motive evidence about the background, context, prior bad acts of Brian Walshe coming in direct conflict with his right to not be convicted of this crime because he happens to have done something else. So a judge is going to have a tough choice.
Now both.
Oh, she's like they just cut right back in, didn't they? On October the 6th, Brian Walsh's trial was postponed and he was sent to Bridgewater State Hospital for a competency evaluation after his defense said he was not well enough to participate in their trial preparations in the wake of a jail attack. Are you freaking kidding me? You dismembered your wife allegedly, supposedly, and you have to go to the state hospital because your brain's hurting you from, getting non-threatening injuries. Oh, you got a lot of nerve. They always do that right at the 11th hour, huh?
Now,
that's what Brian Kohberger was diagnosed in March or May of 2025.
Walshe ordered today to go to Bridgewater State Hospital for a competency evaluation. And now the trial date, which was set to begin in 2 weeks, is up in the air. Walshe accused of killing his wife, strangling his wife, Anna, nearly 2 years ago in Cohasset, then dumping her dismembered remains in dumpsters in Swampscott. The trial was set to begin in 2 weeks. And last month, Walshe was attacked and stabbed while in prison. Now, in court filings, Walsh's attorneys say that since that incident, his mental and physical health have been impacted.
Wait, when did that happen? Okay, September 12th. This is October 2nd. Okay, this is actually October 6th. And when was the stabbing again? Sorry, September 12th. Okay.
So that he has not been able to participate in his defense. Today, the judge ordered he go to.
Has he been able to participate in extracurricular activities like rec or going to church? If he's leaving his cell to do those things, then yeah, I would say you're not getting nothing.
Bridgewater Hospital for 20 days so doctors can evaluate whether he is competent to stand trial.
If there's a question about whether he can do that, it can make the entire trial invalid or create what's called an appellate issue, so that even if he were convicted, there would be an appellate issue that would say he wasn't able to help himself during trial.
So the trial date was set for October 20th, but now that has been canceled without any new date rescheduled. A hearing that was supposed to take place tomorrow, a pre-trial hearing, well, that too has also been canceled. The next date right now on the case is October 27th. That is for a competency hearing to hear what doctors come away with from this evaluation at Bridgewater State Hospital. Live at Norfolk.
Spoiler alert, he's competent. So we're good on here. So Judge Ferdinand, I'll say it, announces that Bridgewater State Hospital doctor determined Walshe is competent to stand trial. And she accepted that determination. She said, yeah, let's get this show on the road. That was November 14th. So he had to wait a little while before it look, he don't look that competent there, though. He looks worried. What are you doing? I swear these dogs always dig on their beds. I don't know why they do it, but they do. I guess they're just getting comfortable. They're so funny.
Antoinette, Brian Walshe will stand trial. He was found competent. The Cohasset father is accused of killing and dismembering his wife.
Oh, yeah. He's worried. He's worried. Did you see that breath? Oh, we got to go back for that one. Oh, yeah. He ain't smiling no more. Watch him when he comes in looking all sad. Look at me. Look at me. I'm still alive. I probably killed someone. I allegedly killed someone. You'll see it. And then he'll take a deep breath.
Cohasset father is accused of killing and dismembering his wife, 39-year-old Anna Walshe, around New Year's
Sorry, criminals that get caught, it makes me happy. Makes me happy.
Day in 2023. Her body never found. Well, a doctor at Bridgewater State Hospital determined he is competent, and the judge has accepted that finding. You can see that hearing. These are live pictures. Is still underway right now, but the judge also denied Walsh's request for a change of venue and an alternate request to pull jurors from outside this area. So the trial will be held in Norfolk County with local jurors. The case is expected to begin on December 1st. If the jury selection process goes according to the schedule, that jury selection expected to get underway early next week.
Yeah, and it did. So we go down here. Before jury selection, this is November 18th, could begin, Brian Walshe changed his plea on 2 of the 3 counts. They sometimes they do that, they'll walk in there and they are like, we're going to plead guilty, but he didn't plead guilty to all 3. He didn't plead guilty to murder. Now, no, nope. But he should have, because he's a dumbass for even pleading guilty to these 2, in my opinion. I feel like it's like when people are in trouble, they'll cop to the smallest thing. So they're like, yeah, I did this, but I surely didn't do that. Right. They'll be like, the minor thing, they'll cop to that. That's what I feel like he's kind of trying to do here. But he admitted to willfully conveying a human body. I don't know what this actually means. Okay. It's not going to tell me. Not there anyway. Sweet. You better tell me on Google. Conveying a human body most likely refers to the legal and logistical process of transporting human remains after death, which is regulated procedure involving specific permits and authorized professionals. Well, he's not a professional. Okay. In violation of state law and misleading police while maintaining his claim of innocence on the remaining charge of murder. 9 jurors were ultimately selected that day. Didn't take them that long, did they? Looks like put the weight back on.
Do you now plead guilty to these indictments willingly and voluntarily?
Yes, Your Honor.
On the first day of Brian Walsh's murder trial, a sudden turn of events.
Is your mind clear here today?
Yes.
Walshe changed his plea on 2 of the 3 charges against him.
Tell me in your own words, sir, why are you here?
I'm here to plead guilty.
The 50-year-old admitted to misleading police about his wife's whereabouts nearly 3 years ago.
Defendant then continued to mislead police officers when he made additional false statements about Anna Walshe being alive.
Walshe also pleading guilty to disposing of his wife's body.
Defendant conducted internet searches into disposal of the body, researched locations of dumpsters, and then traveled to those locations. in disposing of the body of Anna Walsh.
The murder trial against Walsh will move forward. It's unclear how the changes in plea on the other indictments will reshape the case.
You're pleading guilty to these two indictments because you wish to plead guilty because you are guilty. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Now, this change of plea is not part of any plea deal or agreement. In a defense filing, his attorneys write that the prosecution would not negotiate a plea deal unless it included the murder charge. Live in Dedham, Sarah Conji, WCVB News Center 5.
Oh, now I gotta wait.
My great fellow Americans.
I didn't know my
today,
camera
on
was
the
off.
eve of the
My camera was off. I didn't even know it. Okay. So then November 20th, that's what this brings us up to. With 16 members selected, a full jury was seated for the trial. The process was completed more quickly than was widely expected. Well, I think they're all ready to get rid of him.
Ben and Erica, the court wrapped up for the day, and it was pretty slow going until just before 4 o'clock, and then it really started to speed up in the selection of jurors. Again, 16 now seated. That is what the court is sticking with to decide the fate of Brian Walsh. Today, about 4 were chosen today. Again, we have reached 16 jurors. Let me tell you a little bit about this case here. Brian Walsh being tried for murder. Prosecutors alleging...
Was that his mom? Who was that? I don't know who that lady was, but he nodded to her. Hey, Casey. Casey's kid, get your butt in the tub, please. You're awesome. There's probably bubbles in there for you, but there's toys.
The Cohasset man killed his wife, Anna, then dismembered and disposed of her body. Her remains have not been found. And earlier this week, he pleaded guilty to 2 lesser charges, misleading police and disposing of the body. Jury selection has been underway since Tuesday, and the goal was to reach 16, although there was some discussion yesterday that they may need more. But at this point, they're sticking with 16. We have 9 women and 7 men on this jury, all different sorts of professions: an art teacher, someone who works in insurance, a CFO, a scientist, a tech writer, someone who works in social work. At this point, they all have to stop using social media, and they have to stop watching or reading the news under the judge's order.
Now that would suck. I'm going to say that. If I was a juror and they were like, no social, I don't really do social media that much, but I mean, I would if I was sitting in, a hotel at night. What are you going to do? Watch TV, and hotel TVs always suck. They ain't ever got no good true crime stations on them. I like true crime.
That is part of the quote unquote big ask that she made of these jurors. And they had to commit under these interviews that they would be able to do that for the duration of the trial. But it actually will start today. Those jurors are not coming back to this courthouse until December 1st for opening statements.
Man. So how is that going to work when you're at like the family freaking Thanksgiving and you're like, nobody can put on anything because I can't see nothing? Yeah, you're right, Cat Ride. You can't watch TV? Oh, groovy, Nikki, what are we going to do? I'd go out of mine too. What would I do? I mean, if you had a roommate, right? If you had a hotel roomie, they probably don't do that because they don't want you guys to talk to each other. You know what I mean? But if they did, you could play cards. Her kids are young. They're all under 10. I can look. If it'll tell me. 2, 4, and 6. When this happened. So that was in 2023. That's so sad, That's just so sad. Man, you can't even have a book or a magazine? Well, yeah, I'd be crawling up the walls. Oh my gosh, I'd be bad. I'd be so bad. Well, they kind of are sequestered, but they're not. Like, they're not allowed to watch nothing, but they're like allowed to go home. Right. How do you plead? Yes, I moved her body, but I didn't kill her. Right. I think he's going to try to say something happened. Like she passed away at home. And I mean, I don't know if they'll go with this defense, but maybe he'll say something stupid. Like she fell down the stairs and died, or something happened to her at the house and she died. And he was so afraid because he was already in trouble for selling these fake Andy Warhol paintings that he decided he had to get rid of her instead of calling the police like a responsible adult. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's going to be something stupid like that. He's going to try to, I mean, he'd have to take the stand, and he's not the smartest of the bunch. I mean, look at his Google history, right? I mean, he said a lot. Right, Groovy Nikki? Yeah. That could be it too, Ashley. Yeah. Did you know that they have like those chairs? I was reading the chat and you guys were talking about like the toys and stuff, that they have certain, and I have one, I didn't even know that this was a thing. Those little like chairs that are like, that you can just like move around on them, you know, back and forth. You can swing on them kind of. I guess they're really good for kids with autism, or actually just anybody with autism. I have one on our back balcony, which I need to take it down because it's winter. I don't want it to get like ruined, but I've had it for years and I love that thing. I'm like, I didn't know that's, I mean, I guess they're like good for kids that are autistic and stuff, that don't want, like, when, you know how you can't sit, some kids can't sit still. It's just good for them to be able to move back and forth and they can still do their homework and stuff. I just thought I'd give you guys that little heads up. Yeah. I wonder if he goes in tomorrow and he pleads guilty. Maybe you don't want his mom to see him. I don't know. I do have, so we're going to be very cutting tomorrow with this. I plan on streaming. We'll see how everything starts. I have to leave, though. This is like the weird part. Court starts at 9. I have to leave by 9. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come on earlier than 9. I'm playing this off in my head. I'm you know what I mean? I'm like playing like that. I'm trying to figure out what we're doing at the same time. Because I didn't realize I had a doctor's appointment that early. And then I was like, oh crap, tomorrow's the 1st. So what I'll do is I'll take my computer with me and my phone, and I'll hook my phone up. Like, I'll have you guys on my computer, just like chilling there, right? And like as I'm on my way up, and then I'll be backstage, like I'll be on the stage with myself. There'll be 2 of me tomorrow. So there'll just be like 2 of me because I'm going to be on my phone as well. So that way, if I need to shut down the stream or something crazy happens, I can shut down the stream. And then also so I can hear the stream and what's going on at the trial. So I'll be able to hear it with you guys. And then as soon as like I stop, I'll be in the chat with you guys as well. And then all that good stuff. So don't be wilding out on me tomorrow in the chat. Vincent I1I or whatever it was. I was just reading the chat. But yeah, so I think I have everything ready for tomorrow. I just got to get up early, take a quick shower, and then I'll be ready to come on. I'll come on at like 8:45, something like that. So be on the lookout. I'll make the thumbnail tonight or tomorrow. And yeah, I'll be on in the morning. So just remember, be like, oh yeah, tomorrow's Brian Walshe's trial. See, and like tomorrow's the perfect, I think that's like the perfect day. Like the first day of trial, if you've never like watched a trial before, it is the best day, because normally the lawyers that are involved, they do their opening statements. A lot of times when they do opening statements, they literally like give you a rundown of kind of what they have, like the evidence they have or what they're going to do at trial. Like, I don't know. I love opening statements. It's kind of like you get like the whole trial in the beginning. Like you kind of know what to look forward to. So I will be back on tomorrow to do that, to stream that for you guys. And thank you guys so much for being here tonight. I do appreciate it. If you guys don't mind, give this video a share, a like, subscribe to the channel. We'd love to have you. We do talk true crime nightly here on the channel, daily. So it's usually a little bit later at 9:15, but we came in a little bit earlier tonight. So we'll probably be sticking with this time as well. But through the trial, we'll probably just do day lives. And then I may come back at night to do like a recap or something. So we'll see what happens. But yeah. So yeah, it's at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's what, let me just double check. That's what it said right here. Because I guess Court TV is going to be there too. I didn't know that. Yeah, live in 11. This is 11 hours. So yeah, live. It did say 11 hours. Oh, here they have like a thing over there now. They have a trailer. We'll watch it. We'll watch it really quick before we leave.
The disappearance of mother Anna Walshe.
Her husband now charged with her murder.
All eyes on this accused killer.
Mr. Walshe was suspecting his wife of having an affair.
The massive trail of evidence.
This incredible timeline of Google searches.
It shows everything that was in his mind.
He searched how long before a body starts to smell.
The disappearance of Anna Walshe murder trial. Live coverage today.
Man. Well, not today, tomorrow. Oh, are they like Letitia? We'll check the other stations too, because I know there's other stations going to be streaming it. So I'll check those. Maybe they'll have a better, shot of it. Hopefully they do. Because Letitia's was Letitia's. You know what I mean? It wasn't like bad. It wasn't. I mean, it was bad. It was. I hate that lady, but you know what I mean. It wasn't like, I don't know. It was pretty. I thought the trial was pretty interesting. I mean, Paul Revere came in. Do you think I was going to quit her? Who the hell are you? Like, I mean, the lawyers were, the lawyers and the Miss Dorothy, the expert witness for Letitia Stauch's trial. That was just one hell of a trial. Alec Murdaugh, that was a good trial too. Especially when they dropped that Snapchat. No one knew about that beforehand. They were just like, bam, Snapchat, we got your voice, and it was insanity. I mean, it was just like, yeah, the British are coming. Oh yeah, that was a hell of a time. I said I would never talk about that lady again, and we haven't covered her on this channel ever since she got convicted. Because man, I can't handle her. Actually, we've been around for a lot of cases together. It's my whole YouTube career. It's a lot of cases. But thank you guys for being here tonight. I appreciate it so much. I'll be back on, like I said, tomorrow. I'll be on at about 8:45 in the morning because we're going to be doing the trial for Brian Walshe. And then I'll be back on maybe tomorrow night. But we'll see. We'll see. Might be a long day tomorrow. We'll see. But thank you guys for being here. And I'll see you guys all tomorrow morning. Bye, guys.
I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. Some days I feel skinnier than all the other days. Sometimes I can't tell if my body belongs to me. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Hold your breath and feel the tension. Devils hide behind redemption. Honesty is a one-way gate to hell. I wanna taste consumption. Breathe faster to waste oxygen. Hear the children sing aloud. It's music till the wick burns out. just got one too many quarters in my pockets. Count them like the four-leaf clovers in my locket. Untied laces, yeah. Just tripping on daydreams. Got dirty little lullabies playing on repeat. Might as well just ride around the nursery and count sheep.